Hey folks, welcome again to the Old Boy in Georgia Guitars and More. I'm having trouble with my camera just cutting off, so I'm going to try to get really quick on this. I've got another camera coming, or I have another camera. I've got to get an SD card. I got it coming, try to get things where I can keep recording. This thing just cuts off, and so that's why I hadn't got a video out lately, but I want to say first off how much I appreciate everybody subscribing. I've got a lot of new subscribers and really appreciate that. And if you hadn't subscribed, hit the subscribe box and the little bell. And if you're into watching, looking for a channel with somebody that knows a little bit about guitars and nothing about making videos, you found the right place. So what I want to talk about today is this kit guitar that I've done in the last video. Customer brought it partially done, mainly just finished it the way he wanted to, and so I finished it up for him. Had to do the electronics, put the pickups in, which included lining them up with the strings correctly, drilling the holes, getting the string tree retainer put in, truss rod cover on, the screws in the tuners, and trying to set this Floyd Rose up. And it's really challenging because this, it being a kit guitar, the hardware isn't really the best, so it's been kind of hard. Something I've done with this is it came with this little potentiometer that was just, I didn't feel good about putting it in there, so I put a larger one, a better one in, because I don't want this thing coming back. I don't want it back here. So, and what I was going to talk about is, buying these kit guitars. I looked this thing up, and it sells for $194, and there may be some shipping on that, I'm not sure. If by the time you do that, and then you have to finish it, and if you can't put it together, if you have to take it somewhere to a tech and have them do the work like he had me do it, I don't see how you're coming out, because unless you just really find something and you're really into wood finishing or whatever and you want to do that's fine. But the trouble with these kit guitars is a lot of times they don't fit properly together. And with the biggest thing I have a problem with is they have no resale value. I mean, a kit guitar isn't gonna, and if I'm wrong, if y'all think I'm wrong on that, be sure and comment, in the comments. But just from my experience, I hadn't seen, a kit guitar have any kind of resale. So personally, I'd rather buy, a Squier, Epiphone, lower end, Ibanez, whatever to mod, and then you can always take those mods off, put it back stock if you want to sell it, or you may find somebody that wants to buy it for what it is, but they're going to want to see that name on that headstock. That's what people are going to look for, and when it's, when they find out it's a kit guitar, I don't care how good it is, they're not going to want to do, they're not going to pay anything for it. And all these kit guitars that I've dealt with are the hardware that comes with them. You might as well throw it in the trash when you get it. So you're buying the body and the neck, and you're just hoping that that's all going to fit properly, that they're going to intonate, that the space and the holes that it's pre-drilled are going to be correct, that the truss rod's going to work. There's a lot of, the neck pocket's going to fit. There's a lot of variables in this, and if you're not capable of doing that, it's not something you want to take on, I strongly suggest not fooling with one of these. It's anybody to each their own, but you're looking at basically $200, and then having to upgrade the components to make them, because this Floyd it's a licensed Floyd, but it's a Chinese knockoff. It's one you'll buy on AliExpress for like $15, $20, and there's a reason that it's $15 or $20. And if you can get by without stripping something out, something breaking, then you're really fortunate. And that's the reason on this one, it has 5 springs in the back, because I've got it tightened down tight. I mean, just where it just barely, because it's got to be decked out. If you try to float this thing and give it a little bit of leeway, it's going to go a long way. It ain't going to stay in tune at all. So, yeah, it's just something to consider. To each their own. Whatever anybody wants to do, that's their, that's what they should do. So, but this is one that I've done, finished up for somebody. I had to put the screws in the control cavity covers and that kind of stuff. But it actually turned out, and it plays pretty decent, playable wise. I had to level the frets, polish them, and I say level them. I actually didn't do a leveling job. I just had to knock them down. I take a little block of wood with a small hammer and just seat the frets. A lot of times these guitars like this, the frets just aren't seated. Once I got them seated, they were, I polished them up. It plays pretty good. I'm not going to play it because it sounds just like you think it would. The pickups are real microphonic and thin and teeny sounding. So it's not, it really ain't even worth playing. But that's just what I got into on this, and hopefully that's a little information. If you're thinking about buying one of these kit guitars, don't go not buy one because I said not to. I mean, it's just knowing when you get into it what you're going to get into. So, but that's about all with that one. If I can get this camera deal straight and get where I can do some videos, I've got this this Made in Japan Squire that I started working on. It's going to have a refret. I've got the frets. We're going to be doing that because these are they've been crowned before, leveled and crowned before. I don't think there's enough there to do it again. I've got a nut that I'm fitting for it, but I'm not going to fit the nut until I get the frets done. And then also I talked about changing the color. Looked around for some pick guards because I didn't like the one that was on it. I thought about this one. That didn't work. So I ordered a mint green, and the camera's not probably going to show this, but that's more of a white. It's not really green, maybe a little bit green. Wasn't happy with that, so happened to be on eBay and found this used, and I like it. I think it's going to look good on here. It's kind of a tan. I don't see many like this. It's kind of a tan color. It's still got the plastic on it, and it had a couple pickups and a few pots. They're 500K pots. I've got pots, got pickups to go in it, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it black, even though I've got too many black guitars. So that's something we're going to come up. We're going to have to do a refret, do the electronics on this one. We're going to have that coming up to do. And also, while I was out and about, I actually went to the thrift store and bought a $3 crock pot. So that means we're going to be wax potting some pickups sometime coming up. I've never done it before, so hey, I mean, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in front of everybody. So that's some of the things coming up. And like I say again, I really appreciate everybody subscribing. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, a thumbs down if you didn't. But, I'm fixing to be a high-tech redneck. New laptop, new camera. I mean, it's going to be a disaster. So if you want to hang around and see what I can do with that, I appreciate it. Until the next time, see you.